I had my patience tested today, and I'm glad I took the high road. And I have to give credit to somebody who always watches these. Obviously, Sean. Um, I remember thinking about your story when you were in line and how you turned this whole tide around. I was just like, man, that's awesome, and it was really inspiring to me. So I ended up in a similar situation today. Where the hell was I? Damn it. Shit. Because it wasn't like a line. It wasn't like that type of situation. Crap. Crap on an ass. Ass. Crap on my ass. What the fuck? Oh, I was working. Made it. I came back around. We did it. I thought I was going to have to cut that one. This woman comes in. She spends a lot of money because she usually has money at the end of the school year that she has to spend. Like, I'm talking $1,000. Like, that, to me, that's a lot of money. That's a stupid amount of money to me. Unfortunately, in the grand scheme of things, it's a drop in the bucket. Whatever. So she came in, and she got her order together. I didn't have to deal with too much of this, thankfully. But when she was talking to the other people I work with, the way she was talking to them, oh my God, she was rude. Like I wouldn't have tolerated it. If she was talking to me like that, I would have walked away. I have no patience for that personally. Like, I am a living human being, and I can be patient with people, but I know when I'm being disrespected too. Like, and you gotta have self-respect to a certain degree. I mean, don't let the ego, take over. But there comes a time when you do have to stand up for yourself. Anywho, they were handling it way better than I would have handled it. I was like, I mean, I can't remember anything specific, but like, she was demanding, and she was aggressive when they didn't understand what she said, or something like that. Like, I was just like, holy shit! Like, she was really demeaning them. At the time, somehow, Sarah, who we work with, who her brother owns the store, and she runs the store. She was texting Vivian, who I was working with tonight, and saying, if you understood what has happened to her, you would totally understand why she's being the way she is. That's all we got. Some cryptic message she couldn't tell us. I guess it's personal or whatever. And based on that, we all decided to treat her with as much respect and gentleness as possible. I mean, it was frustrating for me, I think, more than anybody else. And that just proved to me that I'm not as patient as I think I am. I'm very impatient. Like, I need to slow down. Because when you slow down, you're not just patient with one little aspect of your life. Everything, I think, becomes a patient situation. Like, and I think eventually you just stop thinking about it that way. Like, I work with another person, my friend Zana. Carol used to work with her as well. And she's that kind of person. Sometimes I think that she's just being obnoxious to people, but then I realize she's just being patient. Like, genuinely patient. I'm like, dang. That's a lot to master that, man. So I helped. I was already stressed at work because I won't go into all the details. I'm not going to air all my grievances on here. But someone was supposed to come back to work. It wasn't their fault that they hadn't come back to help me bring. We're having our biggest sale of the year. Come on down to Gibbons Books today, tomorrow, and then Saturday until 7. So I better get paid for that. I'm gonna write down my hours. Yeah, I'm already trying to figure out. It's already 7:45. It's been so busy. It's one of those days where you don't look at the clock, and all of a sudden you're like, shit, I haven't closed a single register. And Elliot's not back. He was supposed to be back at, well, I thought 7:30. He thought, or no, Danny thought 4. Nonetheless, he wasn't there. He had class, and I'm not going to get into details. But he eventually got back. I mean, everything worked out. But this woman at the time, I have a lot of things I have to do at night to close the store down before we can actually leave. And I like to do as much as possible that can be done, not as early as possible, but starting around 7:15-ish. Like, sometimes I'll bolt doors, or I'll hit track lights just to set the mood, like it's getting a little darker in there and stuff. And when that schedule gets thrown off, that sends me off kilter, if you know what I mean. Like, it's just like when I'm going straight and I see the goal. And that's the problem, is if I just slowed down, like, I could see all these other roads open up and be like, oh, what's down here? I don't know. So I was very patient with her, and she didn't bring anything out to her car. She had like 4 or 5 boxes. She spent a lot of money. And so I carried one box out, and Laura, who I work with, carried another one out. And they went back in. And I ended up talking to her for a second. She's not an older woman. She's, you know, maybe in her 50s, late 50s or something. And she suddenly turned into this nice person. She's like, you guys have been all very so nice and patient, or I can't remember what she said, but it kind of fell in line with that. It was like, yeah, you know, there's no sense in getting crazy in life, or something like that. And like, I think that turned the whole thing around. Like, then all of a sudden she was like, yeah, I got all this stuff. My kids like to do, you know, pretend play stuff, and I love these dinosaurs that you guys carry. And she was like, I wish you guys carried different ones. And I was just like, well, I can talk to Danny, because he can order, you know, if you want to place an order of $300, $400 for these things, you can meet the minimum shipping requirements and get whatever. So, anywho, yeah. So we were all like ready to throttle this woman at one moment, because we're like, are you kidding me? You can't treat people like this. And then the next moment, like, we'd won her over. Like, and I think that's cool. Like, and I'm sure it'll be the same way next time she comes in. She's probably, whatever has happened to her in her life, I don't know what it is, and so I can't really talk about it. I don't know what it is. So, but if someone thinks that it's bad enough to understand why she is the way she is, then, you know, I mean, it sucks to have to deal with people who are angry people. But if you just win them over, like, it's the age-old saying, like, killing them with smiles, killing them with laughs. I can't remember what it is. Well, that sucked. But killing them with kindness, that's what it is. It's almost, I almost feel evil doing it. But the nicer you are to people who are being mean to you, they can't stand it. And eventually, one of two things happens. They get so mad that they just storm out and leave, or they come around and they smile and they laugh and things change. I honestly believe that, like, that helps weed them out. Like, I really do. Be kinder to people who are being mean to you. Like, be more and more nice. Like, I mean, don't make it obvious, but I like, for example, one day Walmart, somebody cut me off big time, like, to the point where, like, I had to jack on my brakes, and I was just like, and they were just like, and didn't even look at me. I'm like, fuck, they win. Like, first of all, I let it make me mad. Second of all, they couldn't have given a shit less about how I felt. They were gonna throw me the finger one way or the other. But then I remember, like, waving to him and being like, hi. But I'm sure you didn't see it. You probably wasn't paying attention. But if you lead it off with, hey, or if he's flipping you off, it's like it changes the whole situation real quickly for one of you. Either A, they get really mad and they're going to follow you for a few miles just to scare you. Or B, which isn't a really good outcome, because there is a chance they might just shoot you. Or B, they realize they're being a fucking asshole and they make the shift. They're like, you got me. I'm being a dick. Because everybody's a dick once in a while. It's true. I'm a dick. I'm an asshole sometimes. I'm a real ripe asshole. And I'm sorry to all the people that I sometimes am assholes to. I'm very impatient sometimes, and I'm trying to learn patience. And, you know, I'm trying to slow down. And, like, I come from New England, and now I kind of understand a little bit more living further in the South and taking on this new attitude. Everything down here just is slower. And I like it that way. I do like it that way. But I just can't stand this area. I just can't tolerate it anymore. Still working on my secret project. We're getting closer to the point where I feel like it's not too far off that we can probably do a video about it. I'm not gonna say what kind of video. I'm just saying a video. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, you know. You know, whether you believe in luck or not, it can't hurt. Or can it? Can it hurt really bad? It hurts. Alright, before I go, let's go back to that. Oh, did I just screw that up? I did. Some bitch. Alright, there we go. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious. If somebody wanted to have you bite the curb, like a sidewalk, and then they kick the back of your head, or they, you know, force your eye open, paper cut it. I mean, that sucks really bad, but it will heal. Like, biting the curb, multiple terrible things happen there. Like, you may break your neck and become paralyzed or die. A good quantity of your teeth are either going to break or snap off or just get pulled out of your gums. Like, really, your gums are going to get all messed up. It's going to hurt. No, I'll take, like, I would have said both eyes. I would have been like, all right, if you do it at the same time, just do both eyes. Like, I've 1,000 times over. Sometimes this book doesn't quite, but then again, there's probably people with the eye phobia that they're like, no, fuck that, get away from my eye. Bite the curb. That's from American History X, by the way, if you've never watched it. I won't say when it happens, how it happens, why it happens, but yikes. Some good stuff in here. Would you rather be stranded on an island for 2 years with 20 friends of your choice, or with a group of 20 famous people of your choosing? I guess I could see how people would go that way, but I definitely want to go with my friends. I'd be much more excited. I wish I could mix and match, because 20, you know, even if we brought along 5 celebrities, that might be nice. But, I mean, some of these are just moronic. Yeah, that one's stupid too. Makes me so mad when they're stupid. This is just funny. This is where gender counts. Would you rather, as a man, crap a softball or pee a marble? I think I'd oh, I don't know, man. Yikes. I'll get back to you on that one. Because, ooh. I've had a good time tonight on part 75. It was an impromptu, you know, this is the first scheduled Throwback Thursday. But I don't know if I want to run with that. Like, all the other ones, like, you know, we don't, I mean, I don't think generally there's a standard, like, Monday, you know, Sunday through Saturday set day of the week, so I'm still trying to figure out what we're going to go with, because we're at Thursday now. Friday, I never decided. It was either felony, family. Tell me about me. Huh. Fantasy Friday. Fallout Friday. No, it's coming up. Friday's coming up. For you guys, I got to work Saturday for the biggest sale of the year at Gibbons Books and Little Dickens in Lynchburg, Virginia. 2236 Lakeside Drive, that's in Lynchburg, Virginia. 434-385 5027. Or fax us at, I can't remember, I never remember that number. So yeah, big sale this weekend. So if you're in Lynchburg or near the area, come on by. I'll be there Friday night, 5 to 8, and Saturday, 11 to 7:30, or 7. We close at 7:30, but I'll be cleaning up shop. Anywho, have a great weekend. Otherwise, I have my father-in-law coming into town tomorrow, but I'll probably still get in here to at least do a 20-minute video every night, and then we'll probably call it. So it'll probably be 1 video a night for the next however many days. I'm not sure how long he's going to be here for. And I'm going to finish up this Obi-Wan picture because I'm really happy with it. Only problem I did notice with it was his leading leg should do this, because dimensionally it doesn't look right. So I'm going to redraw that. I'll ink it. We'll show it tomorrow night, most likely. And yeah, you guys have a great Friday. We'll do something special tomorrow. I don't know what it'll be. We'll figure it out together. On the road to 40.